Ciao guys, welcome to my video, welcome to my YouTube channel, welcome and welcome back. So in this video I want to talk about my experience the first time coming to Italy, okay? So it's kind of a little bit of a story time, and I also want to talk to you about some of the men that I encountered along the way on this experience. So let's get into this video, guys. I'm going to be talking off the top of my head, so excuse me. Right, so I decided to go to Milan. Okay, that's my first experience in Italy was Milan. So I was originally supposed to go with my friend, but she ended up cancelling on me, so I ended up going alone. But the sole purpose of the trip to Milan was to go for a job interview to teach business English at a big company in Italy, in Milan. So I said to my friend, come along with me and we could just kind of like make a trip of it, make a good time of it. But anyway, she ended up cancelling, so I ended up going alone. So I was a bit annoyed because I didn't really want to go alone, whatever. But you know what, guys, it ended up working out a treat. It ended up working out beautifully. Okay, so the morning of, I got a flight. It was an early morning flight, around about, could have even been like 7 o'clock flight. It was pretty early, about 9ish, because I think I arrived around 11 o'clock. Anyway, got to the airport. It was a really nice flight, whatnot. Got to Milan airport. I was like, okay, this is what Milan airport looks like. Then I had a coach. I took a coach directly from Milan from Milan airport directly to the station, to one of the main stations in Milan. So I took the coach there and I looked around. I was just like, do you know, the first time when you see someone, the first time you're in a country, it's absolutely crazy. And when you look back, it even feels a little bit strange, surreal. So I was on the coach and I was looking around. I was like, oh, okay. And what did come to mind, guys, was there was so much graffiti. I thought, oh, there's graffiti everywhere. I remember seeing that. And I remember seeing like that grass building. I put a picture in here, that grass building, driving past there, and a couple of other really nice, iconic buildings in Milan. So got to the station and here. Okay, so I remember I'm going to tell you along the way all the guys that I met along the way in Italy. And guys, there's one thing in common with all of the men that I met along this journey. And what I want to say to you is I'm not going to tell you what the thing was in common that they had. You'll know at the end of the video. Got to the station and I was like lost. I was lost, of course. I was lost. I was looking around, big station. And then as I was walking around, I saw some military guys. I was like, oh. Anyway, this person was standing there with a gun. And him and another one. And he came over to me. He goes, are you okay? He was speaking in English. He goes, are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm here, blah, 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 blah. We got talking. I told him what I was doing there. And he goes, okay, cool. He goes, take my number. So I gave him my number. He couldn't give me his number because he goes, of course, I'm working. I can't be seen to be, doing these things. Okay, should I be telling this story? Can I get this guy in trouble? No, I can't. All right, anyway, so he said to me, okay, so give me that. So I took his number, wrote it down in my phone, then said bye. Anyway, continued on about my day, walked, got on the underground, I found my hotel, everything went cool. My bag wasn't so heavy. No, my bag was okay. Went underground, got to the metro station. It took me a little bit of a while to find where my bearings and where I was going. Anyway, found my hotel. The hotel staff was nice, whatever. Got up there, and then, I remember thinking, God, I'm in Milan. This is cool. But my hotel was like further right. It wasn't like center of Milan. Anyway, got there, paid the people, whatever. Went to my room. My room was okay. It was nothing special. Came out onto my balcony, looked around, and it just thought, this is Italy. I saw an old lady on the balcony sitting down, looking at another old lady outside of her window, some washing being hung up, some washing hung up, and I thought, this is Italy. So went into the room, got undressed or whatever, changed, freshened up, and then I thought, I am hungry, I need to eat something. So I went out. I want to explore a little bit too. By this time, Maybe I even slept in between. Yeah, I think I slept because I was tired. And then by this time, it was maybe, I remember it also was September-ish, so it was late summer in this period. It was late summer. So the weather was okay, but the sun was going down a little bit earlier. So anyway, I walked around and I made my way to a restaurant. I was looking for a restaurant, somewhere to eat. Went to a Chinese restaurant. They said to me, they made me a pizza. But of course, when I was talking to them, I got the order wrong. Got home, opened the pizza, it had pork all over the pizza. So at this point, I didn't eat. I wasn't a vegetarian or not a non-meat eater at this time, but I never ate pork anyway. Pork was something that I didn't eat. And then I had to take the pork off because I had no choice, guys. I take the pork off. It was late and I was hungry and I was tired. Took the pork off and I ate the pizza. Wasn't the best, but we thank God. Slept, whatever. Then I started to panic about the next day. Unpacked my case and then I realized, guys, I did not bring my heels. I only had some flats, and it wasn't nice flats. I had some flat black shoes. My shirt was completely creased. I don't know how it happened. So I was like, what to do? So I went into the bathroom, into the restroom, the bathroom. I had to hang my shirt up and then put the shower on to kind of get the creases out. It didn't work. In the end, the next day, I had to end up wearing a string vest top, which is not appropriate for where I was going because when I got to my location anyway, string vest top, these flat shoes, everything was just wrong. But at this time, I thought, I'm in Milan. Whatever happens, I'm in Milan. It doesn't matter. So the next day, got up early, went for my interview, blah, blah, blah. It was really nice. I saw one of those trams going by and it was nice. I think I got a coffee, got to my location early, and it was just a really, really nice experience. Went to the building, cut a long story short, went for the interview. I didn't get the job. And also I really know that this job was very, presentation was very, 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 very important in this job. And at the time, I know for a fact I didn't look the part. I know what I'm saying is not right, but I didn't. I had my long coffin style nails on because at that period I was into that nail style. And then also just string vest on, and I just didn't look the part. When I saw the women in there, they looked the part. They looked like I should have looked, but I didn't because I didn't bring anything. Obviously I didn't really go there for the interview, did I, guys? I clearly went there for just to be in Italy. Right. So did that. Anyway, after the interview, I walked around the centre. I went to the Duomo, took some photos, I think. I just walked around generally, went back to the hotel, and I was feeling a little bit drained, maybe a little bit tired, and a little bit like, oh, the interview went really bad. Sometimes after you finish an interview, you feel kind of bad. So went to a fruit shop, bought lots of fruits and stuff like that, went back to the hotel, ate them, of course, spoke on the phone, updated everybody on what had happened, looked around that area a little bit more, and then the next day, I think I stayed at this hotel for 2 days, 2 or 3 nights. Then, I'll tell you what I remember, I said to myself, okay, I want to be closer into the centre. So I packed up all my stuff and I moved to another hotel in the centre, very, very close. Everything was walking distance. This was a really nice hotel. On my walk there with my suitcase, I said, okay, I'm determined to get the best experience out of this as possible. It didn't go right, the interview. I knew it didn't go right. The interview didn't go right. It's okay. I'm going to still have a good time. So, and at this point in time as well, I was still relatively new to traveling. And also I just wanted to take some risks. I wanted to put myself out there. I wanted just to be daring, to be audacious. So anyway, took my case, walked to my new hotel. This hotel was nice. It was kind of like a historic hotel, really, really nice hotel. On my way there, again, looking Google Maps, trying to find this hotel. Then a guy stops, pulls over, And he's like, hey, you okay? He starts speaking English. Yeah, you okay? You look lost. You need some help. And I said, oh, I'm just trying to find my hotel. And I told him the name of the hotel. And he goes, oh, it's up here. It's up here. Do you want me to take you? And I was like, no, I'm okay. I'm happy to walk there, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, no, I can take you. I can take you. It's no problem. I said, no, it's okay. It was literally, there was no need for him. By the time I put my stuff in the car, I would have already been at the hotel. Anyway, he drove up to the hotel. I walked the rest of the way, and then he drove up to, he must even come back. He must even think he actually came back. We said bye, and then he came back, guys. And then he's like, oh, you found the hotel okay? And I'm like, yeah, I found the hotel okay. Anyway, me and him started to talk, whatever. He goes, okay, so, if you want to put your stuff away, and then after, in about 30 minutes, I'll go and do what I need to do. And then in about 30 minutes, you want to meet around the corner. There's a coffee shop right there. There's a coffee shop just on the corner. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's meet at the coffee shop in 30 minutes. So I went upstairs, checked in, did everything that I needed to do upstairs. Oh, the hotel was nice. It was nice. If I have any pictures, I'll pop them in somewhere. Hotel was nice. And then I went downstairs, went around the corner to meet this guy. So me and him got talking, really, really cool. You all right? Blah, blah, blah. He spoke in English, told me what he was doing. And then he was like, okay, so yeah, making those little things like, oh, so what are you doing tonight? And I was like, yeah, tonight, whatever. Oh, but what are you doing? What are you going to do later? Something about coming to my hotel room or something along those lines. I remember something in making some type of gesture to do something. It wasn't an obvious gesture, but I know, I'm a seasoned woman. So I was like, let me just drink this coffee real quick. So he was like, oh yeah, so we got talking even more. And I was like, so what do you do here? Blah, 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 blah. And he was like, oh yeah, I work here, I work there. And I was like, so do you have a girlfriend or whatever? We got the subject of having a girlfriend. And then he was like, no, I don't have a girlfriend. Then he changed his mind. Yeah, well, she's sort of my girlfriend, but she's, not my girlfriend. I said, why is she sort of your girlfriend, but not your girlfriend? Well, she lives long distance. It's a long distance relationship. I said, does she think that she's your boyfriend? He goes, well, yeah, but she's long distance. So I have to travel to see her. But she's your girlfriend now. Yeah, she's my girlfriend, but I have to travel to see her, ever so often. I have to go. I only see her over the weekends. And okay, so the story is that you have a girlfriend and you're sitting there, you're talking to me. You're making innuendos. This is what I was thinking. And he's like, yeah, I have a girlfriend, but then he tried to kind of like play it down like it was nothing. Well, I have to travel 30 minutes to go to see her. 30 minutes, is that long? Is that classed as long distance now? So anyway, me and this guy, we talked, we had our coffee, whatever, and then we went about our business. By this time, he already had my number because for the communication purposes of meeting in 30 minutes, he had my number, I'm sure. So after he contacted me in the evening, he's like, oh, do you want to come to a dance, or do you want to come to some party or some club or something like that? And I said, no, thank you. And then maybe the next day again, he contacted me and he was like, oh, do you want to, do you want me to come over to yours, come over to the hotel? And I was like, why would I want you to do that? Do you not have a girlfriend? Anyway, I cut that one dead in its tracks because I could see what he wanted. Anyway, this could have been the next day now, or even later on that day. I was walking around. I thought, okay, I put a nice dress on and wanted to walk around, get the air in, have some gelato, walk around. Started to walk around, and then I met another guy. This guy now, I walked up and down the shop. Maybe I walked up and down twice this shop, not knowing anything about this person. So we came out of the shop. He ran out of the shop, and he's like, ah. And I was like, hi, you okay? And he goes, yeah, I'm good, thank you. And I was like, that's okay. And he's like, oh, so what are you doing? Are you thinking in around this time it was Fashion Week as well. It was Fashion Week. And then he was like, oh, so what you saying? What we just got talking. He goes, oh, I told him, yeah, I'm new in town, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, came for a job interview, whatnot. And he goes, okay, cool. It was his business. He was a shoe man, fixed the bottom of the shoes. So he goes, do you want to give me your number, and then we can, then I'll show you around the area. We can go for a pizza or something like that this evening after I've not finished work. I said, okay. So I gave him my number. as I recall. And he had like a burner phone. His phone was very, 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 very interesting. He had like a burner phone, like an old broken down phone. Very interesting. Anyway, he ended up calling me later on that night or evening, maybe around 6ish. He's like, okay, you want to make plans for dinner? And I was like, yeah, let's make plans for dinner. Let's go. And then he said, okay, let's go to, it was like 2 stops on the train, 2 stops on the train from where I was, or I could have even walked there. Really nice. We went and we had a bottle of beer. They sold like alcoholic beverages there. We just sat down. It's like a touristic place that you go to. There's lots of other people there. Really nice. Sat outside and we had a drink. We chatted. We talked about stuff. And then after we went on for a pizza. Then after we got talking a little bit more. And then at this time I didn't know. He didn't kind of like put it on me like, oh, you know, let's do something or anything like that. He kind of took a different type of approach, but I'm not sure. I had in my mind that he didn't necessarily just want friendship. So anyway, we had the pizza and then he was like, oh, we got talking again about having a boyfriend, having a girlfriend. I said to him, do you have a boyfriend or girlfriend? And then in the beginning he said, well, no, there is somebody, but you know, we don't really communicate like that anymore. We're at the end of our relationship, or our relationship is finished. I was like, oh, okay, that's okay. Came back to the subject again, and he was like, yeah, I think it was his fiance, or it's going to be his ex-wife, or they were divorcing. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, she still lives in the same house as me, and yeah. We still live in the same house. We're divorcing. She's crazy, and everything like that. So basically, in a nutshell, he had a full-blown girlfriend, wife, fiance, whatever it was at the time, and I was like, right, one. Anyway, I said, all right, well, it was nice meeting you. You know, finished off the night. Ciao. The next night, I wanted to have dinner, and I looked around and I noticed that, oh, people have dinner really late here. So around about 8 o'clock, I decided to go on the strip and walk around, find somewhere to have dinner. And at the same time, I was thinking to myself, I wanted to kind of put myself out there and I want to start talking to people. So there was a girl at the table and I thought, okay, maybe I can make some friends. Maybe me and her could, you know, the next couple of days we can travel somewhere together, you know, enjoy the experience, because she looked like a tourist too. But anyway, nothing happened in terms of making any kind of conversation with this person, because I just don't know. I forgot what happened. But there was another lady. I just wanted to keep trying, you know, just to come out of myself, be more confident and talk to people. But there was another lady at the hotel, and I was sitting outside because I was sitting outside the hotel. And I said to her, hi, yo, blah, blah. We got talking. And she was like, yeah, I'm like 57 years old and my kids are grown and I'm here and I'm traveling the world now and I'm living my best life. So me and her got talking. It was amazing. And then anyway, I walked around the strip after looking for somewhere to eat. I didn't find any place to eat. Oh, I couldn't make my mind up what I wanted to eat. And I looked around a little bit more, met somebody else, some guy, and he's like, oh, how are you? Come, join us, or something like this. So we got talking and whatnot, and then sat down to eat. And then he was kind of like, oh my God, yes, you're beautiful. Yeah, be my wife. And then after we was chatting, la 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 la. Circle around. He was putting it on me, by the way. He was like, yes, you're beautiful. Take my number and we can talk. And, you know, I'm the best thing since sliced bread. And I'll be the best boyfriend in the world. And then I didn't find out on that night, but maybe a night after or something like that, or we spoke over the phone or something like that. He had a girlfriend in the Philippines. That was that. Anyway, after that, what I did notice was, I noticed that the women in Milan were so dressed up, so nice. And as I told you before, I didn't bring any heels with me. I only had my flat trainers. So I said to myself, right, Rebecca, you need to do something about this. So I went, this was probably day one, sorry, go back. I went to a shop, the shop next door. I went to the shop next door and I bought myself a little wedge. It was like a little wedge like this, like something I could still walk around in, but of course I still feel a little bit like I'm in Milan. So a little heel like this, it was on there, and I dressed up and I walked around. So I felt like, I felt better once I put the heels on. I felt like, okay, rather than as opposed to walking around in the trainers. Everybody was just so dressed up. It was fashion week, as I said, and it was just really nice. People, the fashion there is absolutely amazing. It's way different than Torino, the fashion in Milan. And yeah, you feel the pressure. Well, I felt the pressure. I succumbed to peer pressure. Anyway, after that, let's come back to the last days. Just really had a good time there, guys. And then, it was also just like a time for self-development. I went to the Duomo, I looked around, went to shops, just alone. So the fact that my friend didn't end up going turned out to be kind of like a blessing, because I really felt good in Italy. I felt good in Milan. In terms of the guys, what do they have in common, girls? They all had somebody. So please, you have to ask the correct questions. Do you have a girlfriend? Are you living with somebody? Are you girls? They'll give you every excuse under the book, in the book. Yeah, but she's crazy. Yeah, but she lives downstairs. Yeah, but she lives with my mom's uncle's auntie, and I've not spoken to her for a long time. But we're still married. But we're still in a relationship. The end of the subject is that they're still in a relationship. Anyway, so that was it. Had a wonderful time. Even those experiences that I had there, they made me laugh. And as crazy it was that they were in relationships, I didn't, break any rules. I had a good time, and yeah, they added to my experience while I was there. So just remember to carry your mind with you, and don't make anybody, pull the wool over your eyes, basically. So I hope that you enjoyed my video, my reminiscing on Italy when I came here in, I think it was like 2018. I must have gone to Italy, my first time in Italy, and then after that I went on to Sicily. So maybe I give you a story about my experience in Sicily, and then also Torino, what my first reviews were on it, and it was really positive for Milan. So I advise anybody that's wanting to travel alone, just do it. You will be fine. Anyway, guys, this video is gone on for way too long. Ciao. If you got to the end of the video, put a heart emoji in the comment section. Thank you. Bye.